A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. Here we are back with our NTA UGC NET preparation for paper 1, that is for 2022 batch and August 2022 cycle. And nowadays, as you all are aware, that we are doing certain questions which are the most repeated questions of paper 1, which has been found in most of the cycles. So yesterday we have done part A. Today we are going to do part B. So these questions will help you to revise quickly, and you don't have to waste your time for your revision. Once you watch this, once you have done all the questions, you can focus on the next set of questions. So let's start the session for the day. Before we go ahead, a quick announcement regarding the revision PDF, which is offered by Global Online for your paper 1 preparation, which consists of 2000 plus MCQs, updated MCQs, current affairs, previous year question papers, most repeated question papers, which is available at a cost of rupees 599. You can get in touch with the given WhatsApp number and you can access the PDF in case if you are interested. The fees amount is given. We also have a paper 1 course for UGC NET paper, that is UGC NET upcoming examination, which consists of lectures, notes on all the topics, last 10-year question papers with answer key MCQs consisting of 2,500 questions. And this is all available at Global Online app. It is also available with the help of WhatsApp number. The fees is 3,500. Here we have a 30% off going on presently. So this will be costing you rupees 2,450. In case if you are going on app, you can just download the app with the help of Google Play Store. You can register yourself with the registered mobile number. Once you select the course, you will and pay the fee, you will go for the content part, where you see all the folders listed as per the syllabus, where you have theory lectures, MCQ lectures, notes, mock test, and evaluation test, which will help you to enhance your practice. This is for paper 1. At the same time, for paper 2 also, we have the subjects which are listed on the screen. Apart from this, for paper 2, we have added a new subject, that is philosophy. So any students with philosophy as paper 2 subject can also get notes and MCQs available, which is costing rupees 1,500. But right now the 30% discount is going on, so it will be available for 1050. So this is we have to offer you in order to enhance your preparation and crack your upcoming examination. So now let's start. We have yesterday completed till question number 25. So today we are going to start with question number 26. So the question number 26 listed below. Biosphere reserves are what? So they have it is a people development and environment question. So they have given us certain reserves. So they're telling us out of this biosphere reserves are what? They are the areas comprising of terrestrial, marine, and coastal ecosystems. They are monitored by national governments. They are the areas which were areas where threatened animals and plants are kept in their habitat and wildlife sanctuaries. So they have given you 4 options with a code they have given. So you have to understand that what is biosphere reserves, are. So you have to list the biosphere reserves and from the selected option. So now let's see. The right option will be option number 1, that is area comprising of terrestrial and marine and coastal ecosystems, which is monitored by national governments. Now let's understand bit of biosphere. So biosphere is nothing but an ecosystem. So biosphere, this is a biosphere. It's nothing but an ecosystem with plants, okay, and animals of unusual scientific and natural interest. These are the ones which these reserves are the terrestrial, marine, and coastal ecosystems which are monitored by the national government, that is a specific government of the country. So they are nothing but an ecosystem with plants and animals with unusual scientific and natural interest. Then we have the next question is question number 27. It is talking about non-traditional teaching and learning strategies, which lays emphasis on. So they are asking about traditional techniques or strategies, which is laying the foundation. I mean to say, which lays emphasis on importance too. So non-traditional. So remember, we have done this point, traditional and non-traditional. So they're talking about what? They're talking about non-traditional. So it includes what? Students need based resources, resource materials and learning standard, developing skills, attitudes, and values, promoting inbox thinking, lecture-based model, acquiring knowledge necessary to respond creatively. Oh, sorry. So sorry. This answer is reflected. I'm extremely sorry for this. But okay, anyways, we are understanding the question. So now here, non-traditional teaching and learning strategies. So if you see, promoting in-box thinking and lecture-based model, that is option number 3 and option number 4. You are straight away your odd man out. So if you see 3 and 4, you're straight away or you're odd man out, because in-box thinking and lecture-based model, it's nothing but they are called as what? They are called as your traditional model. So obviously it can be eliminated. So even if you eliminate it, see, the answer comes 1. Okay, but let us understand it in a proper way also. Students need based resource material, yes, as per the needs. Developing skills, attitudes and values which are currently which represents the current scenario. So yes, in-box thinking, no, it is traditional. Non-traditional will come as out-box thinking. Lecture-based model, no. Interactive model will be non-traditional. Acquiring knowledge necessary to respond creatively, yeah, creativity is nothing but it is a non-traditional way. So here the option number 1, option number 2 and option number 5 will be the right answer. Okay, so yes, the non-traditional teaching and learning strategies needs to be well understood before any appropriate comparison it to be made with the older techniques. So we have traditional and we have non-traditional techniques. Okay, now it emphasizes on the needs of the students based on the resource material and learning standards. So when we talk about non-traditional, they are more emphasizing on what? The situation, the scenario. It focuses on developing the skills, attitudes, and values, which I told you. Now, skills, attitudes, and values are developed as per the industry interface, which is as per the current scenario. And acquiring knowledge, which is necessary. They acquire the knowledge in order to respond creatively. That is also a part of what? Non-traditional way of teaching. So this comprises of what? It comprises of non-traditional teaching learning strategies. Okay. Now, question number 28. Question number 28 talks about which of the following provides the everything vision that guides research into a socially relevant areas. Now, this particular question, maybe many of you will definitely go right. But the reason to bring this question is, see, I have said it very clearly, these are the most repeated questions. But if you see the question, way of asking the questions are completely different. So do not jump immediately to the answers. That is not the agenda of the session. Whatever lectures we are bringing for you, it is not okay. Make implement that memory learning or rote learning. Now it is a part of your syllabus. It is basically to understand what type of questions have been coming up and how to go with many a times you know the answers very well. The question is bit twisted and you are sticking up to the old method. So that can again lead you to bring you to the problematic situation where you are not able to qualify. So spend some time on reading the questions very carefully. Ensure that you are reading the question properly, and you are answering it in such a way that which is required, or which is coming to the correct form of answer. So when we talk about which of the following provides a vision that guides the research into the socially relevant area, so you have the options as ARILA, Imprint, NIRF, and Swayamprabha. So it is talking about what? It is talking about the socially relevant area. So out of which, in research. So what are the key terms? Research and socially relevant areas. So now you can come to the answer, and most of you will definitely be right. So when we say that is research to the socially relevant areas is Imprint, that is, it provides the overarching vision that guides research into the areas which are predominantly socially relevant. It means which are relevant to the society. It is the first kind of Ministry of Human Resource Support at the PAN, IIT and IISC, that is Science Council, a joint initiative to address all the major science and engineering challenges which are, a part of which helps to address as well as enable, empower, and embolden the growth and self-reliance. So this is how it works out. Okay. And please remember, I have told you, make sure that the next coming questions, in case if you're right, it's well and good, but the skill of reading the question is very, very important, and we are emphasizing on that since long. So if you have that skill, you will definitely crack your examination in a smooth way. And if not, then you have to learn that skills and ensure that you are implementing in the right form. Okay. Question number 29, a green building. Now here they are just mentioned a green building. The one which uses minimum amount of energy, the one which generates waste, the one which consumes a lot of water, the one which conserves natural resources, the one which creates space for healthy living. So what is a green building? Okay, that is a form of people development and environment question. So green building out of this comprises of what? I'll read the option once again. Minimum amount of energy, generates waste, consumes lot of water, conserves natural resources, creates space for healthy living. So what you feel, can be a part of green building? From the given option, you can even eliminate. So even if you eliminate, you have to check, proper the options. Many times that elimination may not give you a very quick answer. That's how, the strategy of the paper setters are. So you have to be careful. Okay. Yes. And the right answer will be option number 2. That is the one which uses minimum amount of energy, the one which, conserves natural resources, that is saves natural resources, and the one which creates space for healthy living. Consuming lot of water, generating waste, that is 2 and 3 are odd man out. So even if you see, so 3 is, eliminated and 2 is eliminated. So here the right answer comes option number 2. But still, as I said, it is better to go always, to cross check the topics very well before you come to the right answer. So some of the important features which make a green building or building green, like for example, where we have a minimum use of energy, water and other resources. It helps to conserve natural resources by reuse and recycling methods. So reusing and recycling are the best way to come up with the concept of building green. Use of material that are non-toxic, ethical and sustainable, which where you're following all the code. Okay, a code of society, that is code of society for a healthy living. Sustainability, that is you're not taking, or you're taking care of your present generation also, as well as you're taking care of your future generation also. Consideration of environment, that in design, construction and operation, that creates healthy space for living. So yes, when you find these concepts define it as what? Green building. Okay. Now, question number 30, we have methane, a greenhouse gas, is emitted from what? So when we talk about methane, now methane also you have a lot of questions based on this topic. So when we say about greenhouse gases emitted, methane a greenhouse gas, so they have defined now. They are saying that methane a greenhouse gas is emitted, okay, from what? Either it is landfills, either it's construction debris, either it's wetlands or e-waste. So you have to select the correct is emitted. See, yeah, they are asking you what? They are asking about emittation, which is emitted from what? So from the given options, okay, the one which the greenhouse gas is emitted from is what? So that is the right option comes to, that is landfills and the wetlands, not the construction debris or e-waste. Okay. So methane, that is also called as CH4. Methane is emitted during the production and transport of coal, natural gas. This please keep in mind. A question twist, you can, this particular things will be helpful for you. So it is emitted during the production and transportation of what? Coal, natural gas and oil. Emission also result from decay of organic waste in municipal solid waste landfills and by natural sources such as wetlands. And hence the option number C, that was wetlands and landfills are the source from where the greenhouse gas methane is emitted. Okay. Now, we have done this. I hope this question was yesterday also, but here the question is different. So please read the question very carefully and then come to the answer. Don't again jump to the answer. In which of the following options given below, the mantra, one nation, one standard, is mentioned as a mantra to ensure national standards and quality? So they have given us, they have given us the mantra. The mantra is one nation, one standard. And that mantra is basically to ensure the standards of the nation and the quality. So it is comprising of what? It is comprising of national policy on education. It is comprising on national policy of education 1986 and 68, National Policy for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Niti Aayog, a 3-year action agenda plan, which is from 2017 to 2020. Now, see, when I also tell you that, okay, read all the options properly. Now, Niti Aayog 3 years action agenda, 2017-2020. Yesterday also, I took one of the question out of this, where the options were similar, the question was different. So you should know that Niti Aayog years, it should be reflected. Even if you get in maths the following or something, you don't have to specifically, keep it, have a different time to revise this topic. So it has been repeating. So you should know it is 2017 to 2020. Okay, so one standard, one nation, one standard is a mantra from which of the following it belongs. It's with reference to national standard and quality. So that is National Policy for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is the mantra which is basically for one standard, one nation when it comes to national standards and quality. Right? Now, so Pradhan Mantri, that is Mr. Narendra Modi, on 15th July. So please, this also may mark it. 2015 unveiled the National Policy for Skill Development on Entrepreneurship in New Delhi, which talks about a mantra that is one nation, one standard. In order to, ensure that the skills are globally aligned, and the Indian youth are aspired to secure local, national, and international job opportunities. So it is basically to ensure that the opportunities given coming up with the nation's youth are, are in form of one standard, one nation. Now, which of the following term is related to the digital learning environment for design? So they have given you the terms. Okay, the terms are, the terms are e-Vidwan, the terms are e-Acharya, e-Kalpa, e-Yantra. So which of the following, okay, the question says that is the term which is related to digital learning environment, whether it is e-Vidwan, whether it's e-Acharya, whether it's e-Kalpa, or whether it is e-Yantra. So the one which is related to digital learning environment for design is your option number 3, that is e-Kalpa. So now let's have a look. We have done this, but still any of you have not revised it or are not able to recall. So here it is once again for your revision. A mobile app, that is e-Kalpa. Now, see, it is written minutely, make a note or concentrate and understand. So e-Kalpa is nothing but a mobile app which is related to digital learning environment for design, which was developed for better reaching to the farming community. So basically it was for the farming communities. It is the integration of 5 major services, very, very important. Farmers who issues reporting and supporting, synchronized farming, farmer dairy, knowledge-based and notification that is available in English, Hindi, Malayalam, Kannada language. So this is a mobile app which is basically for the help of the farmers committee, and this is how it solves the issues, and it helps to reach to the better communities. Now, the share, now here this answer should be 101%, right? Because as I said, these are the repeated questions. I have not taken these questions all together, same in one session, but I have taken it in different sessions, but I have taken all these questions. So in fact, yesterday I didn't get any scores in spite of putting a message to you all. You should definitely get right answers for all these questions. So like yesterday 25, I can understand maybe, but 20 above was expected. And today also we have the number of questions. On an average, we have 20, I think more than 17-18 questions we have. So at least you should be able to score 15 on average of, total number of questions, because that is what expected. These are all the previous year repeated questions, and you should be very well versed with these questions. So the share of which of the following sources of energy in electricity generation in India is least? So they are asking us now again here, read it very carefully. During the exam pressure, least, high. So no, many times you get little bit, I mean to say, nervous, and you just overlap or overread the words. So they are asking us the source of energy in electricity generation in India, which is least. So is it thermal, is it solar and wind, is it hydro, or is it nuclear? So you need to give an answer for that source of energy which is least. So yes, as I said, you should know the source of energy and you should know the percentage, because I have already taken this very well in the class. So the source of energy which is least is nothing but it is nuclear. That is, 2.4% of electricity. It contributes 2.4% of the electricity generated in India. But according to the recent research, it reflects that the share of nuclear energy is almost, least. It's least among all, which means that the future development of industrial sector and growing demand for civilian population, the electricity generation structure should be modified. So this is an alarming, maybe like an alarming understanding that, okay, this is what we have less, and you can, if needed, we can think about the future, and you can come up with some alternative plans. Now, we have the question that is assertion and reasoning. So this is basically an ICT question. So assertion is on sniffing may be used to steal data or information over a network. So they are asking about sniffing, which is basically to steal the data or information over a network. Reason is sniffing is the process of monitoring and capturing all the data packets passing through given network. So sniffing, as I said, used in stealing information, and it is a process of monitoring and capturing all the data which is passing through the given network, whether it is both are correct, both are false, whether it's a correct explanation. Sniffing, spoofing, all these terminologies I have taken when I have taken ICT topics, so you should be very well versed with that. In case if you're not studied it once, just go through the combined concept, and then go for the MCQ preparation. Okay, so let's see. Yes, both the sniffing, that is used to steal the data, yes, and it is a process of monitoring and capturing the data. So yes, it is basically out of this, and it is a correct explanation. So sniffing involves inspecting, capturing, decoding, and interpreting the information inside a packet, that flows with TCP, that is transfer protocol, with the help of IP address. The sole purpose of this, is to steal the information, which is usually in the form of user ID, passwords, or you can say network details or credit card numbers. And hence we can say the given reason is correct, with the respect to what, with respect to your given assertion. So just please remember that, it is basically to understand that it is a process where the information is not only inspected, but also the stealing part is done. So this is what you need to keep in mind very well when you're talking about when you're talking about the terminology from computer, that is ICT. So TP, as I said, it is a transmission control protocol, which is connected with related to internet protocol, that is IP. Okay, so just be careful with that. Now, in the computer related activities, so they are asking about there are more questions today related to ICT. So every day I'm just focusing either on research, either on sorry. So these questions will help you to revise the terms very well. So now let's understand. We are talking about computer related activities. Which of the following is inappropriate? Now see here also how they have very smartly, they have given the question inappropriate for describing a language translator. So which is not appropriate. Instead of using the word not, they have given is inappropriate, which is assembler, compiler, interpreter, or codec. So which of the following related activities is not appropriate when it comes to describing a language translator? The one which is not appropriate is codec. So codec is a device, it is a computer or a computer program which encodes or decodes a digital data stream or a signal. It is just not a program, not a language. So it is not a, it is not I mean to say it is not a language translator. Therefore, it is related to computer activities, which is, so it is inappropriate in order to describe the language translator. Okay, now we have a question from teaching aptitude. Identify those features of learner behavior which are associated with understanding level of teaching. So we are talking about what? We are talking about the understanding level. Okay. Yesterday, if you remember, we did a question on memory level. So today it is about understanding level, and this question was in 2019 also cycle. It was expected, little bit different, but the question was there. So the this all the details I have given in the theory. So you should be, if your theory, you at least have read the theory properly, you will be coming with the right answer over here. The student renders facts and information of his or her in his or her words. Sorry. The student immediately recalls the fact taught. The student gives his or her or examples in order to explain a point. The student interprets the meaning in various ways, and the student correctly reproduces the sequence taught. So which of the following behaviors are associated with understanding level? So you have to find out the understanding level. Okay. I once again repeat, the student renders the facts and information. There is an immediate recalling. There is, explanation of a point, as well as there is an interpretation, as well as there is what? There is a reproducing the sequence. So let's see. So the right one, which is associated with understanding level, is that is this rendering the facts and information. Yes. Then we have the students which gives an examples. Okay. And the student who represents what? Sorry, who interprets the meaning in the various way. So these are the terms or behaviors which are associated with understanding level. So in understanding level, the rote level, that is rote level or rote learning, sorry, or cramming is discouraged. It is more focusing on what? Understanding or in the own terms, which will help to explain, the terms in the own words of the subject matter with the own examples. And students are encouraged to interpret a piece of information in their own way in order to increase their thinking capacity. Now, next one we have is linear model of communication, the expected result. Now, I have done a specific lecture on all the models. I've revised all the models also with you. So there we have studied linear models. So it's psychological disruption, removal of physical noise, high level of abstraction, or semantic accuracy. Which of the linear model of communication is in the linear model? So in any given linear model, which result is expected? Which is the result which is expected? So it is semantic accuracy. Now, what is that? So in linear model, the communication is one way, where the sender only sends the message. The receiver doesn't give feedback. So when we say one way, there is no feedback which is expected. The message is encoded and transmitted through a channel, that is a communication channel. The sender is more prominent in linear model of communication. One of the primary expected outcomes of linear model of communication is semantic accuracy. Now, what is this? It means that it is used to avoid the message which has been distorted in any manner through a direct communication process. So with the help of direct communication process, the message has been distorted. Okay. Yes. So now we have the next question is question number 38. Effective oral communication demands what? Now see, oral communication, so we know, but effective. So if you are talking about effective oral communication, you can do this question with odd man out. So you know what is the meaning of effective. We have done one question on effective communication yesterday also. So effective communication will result into what? Self-confidence, long pauses, consistent practice, business-like approach, knowing the audiences, or aggressive question. One, if you go with the one also, no, you will be able to come up with an odd man out. Okay. So from that sense, if you go with elimination, obviously the right answer will be option number D, that is self-confidence. Yes. Long pauses. So B, definitely long pauses is not a part of effective communication. Consistent practice. Yes. Business-like approach. No, it is not a commercial way. Knowing the audiences. Yes. Aggressive question. So B and F. So if you see B and F, if you eliminate B and F, it is there in most of the options which are very strong. Your right answer will be option number D. Okay. So anyone who is willing to communicate in an efficient manner should have the qualities like self-confidence, should believe in own communication, should speak fluently with the, improve the previous attempts with if in case any mistakes have been done. They shouldn't, it is also familiar with the nature of the audience that, they are able to communicate the messages effectively and across the board. Okay. Now we have the next question, which is on research aptitude. A researcher, while reporting his research findings, gives weightage to the stakeholders' perspective. Now we have done this concept of stakeholder very well. So all those who are related to research, okay, in a qualitative research theme. So that will be called as violation of ethical norms, bias and prejudice, disclosure of reality situation, inappropriate interference of others in, research. So which of them leads to what? Qualitative research theme, reporting or qualitative research theme. So the one which reports, results into qualitative research theme will be the disclosure of reality situation. So as I said, stakeholders are all those people who show their interest in the research. They are both supportive, for the research. So in reality, researchers in reality, a stakeholder is involved in research. If one researcher disclose that the stakeholders' perspectives qualitative, this will involve the disclosure of reality situation. So which should not be, obviously, which is definitely, which is sorry, which is one of the which is one of the theme which is involved. Okay. I'm just sorry in case but this concept is well known, so you should know the answer. The concept of proximal development. Now, you know what is the zone of proximal development. So we have, like for example, the zone of proximal development. Here something a learner knows. Here something peers or teacher know. Here something which a learner is not aware. So this is where the learner, if take helps, is called as zone of proximal. So the concept was given by whom? Sigmund Freud, Kurt Lewin, like Vygotsky or Albert Bandura. So the one who brought the concept of proximal development is it's none other than Vygotsky. It's the one who brought up the concept of proximal development. So I mean to say, it is basically a guidance to encourage the learner to have a skilled, guidance. So the zone of proximal development was Vygotsky, which was developed, who was a psychologist, and he is the one who has developed this social constructivist concept in order to help the learners. Yes. So we have the next question is, in which of the following modes of assessment the potential for increasing intrinsic motivation is optimum? So what is intrinsic motivation? First of all, intrinsic motivation is nothing but the motivation from within. Now, what is motivation? It's a desire. So if you get an own self desire, what type of assessment will be resulting into? Formative, computer testing, summative, or non-reference? It will result into what type of assessment? So it will result into none other than formative. Okay. Formative assessment is one which helps to take the decisions, for the development of students. It helps in making, changing the curriculum, teaching, learning strategies to be developed, monitoring the performance. Okay. And this is all helping the learner just because of the intrinsic motivation, because of which they definitely get that positive spirit to go ahead. Okay. So yes, we have done for the day. So number of questions were listed on the screen. Now, as I said, I just want everyone to, put your questions into scores into the chat box, comment box. It will help definitely, because now tomorrow we will take a practice questions. Okay. Not repetitive questions, because we have completed most probably those are expected. Now we'll take some practice questions which will be completely different, and which will give you a different experience in order to read the questions and come to the answers. So that's all for the day. Thank you, everyone.